Good afternoon, everybody. Andrew here, and yeah, guys, welcome to Central Station. Welcome to Central Station. So, I have some news for y'all. I have some motherfucking news. It might not be considered good news, but it is news, so yeah, bitch. So, as you guys are probably aware, the Waterloo region is planning to expand Central Station to accommodate GO Transit and Via Rail. But, unfortunately, those plans may be delayed because a few days ago, a judge has ruled that the homeless encampment they want to clear out for the staging ground is not going anywhere. Their eviction plans are non-compliant to charter rights, and yeah, we'll get into that in a sec, but I kind of want to explain the gravity of the situation. This is not only a new train station, this is also going to be the beginning of all-day GO service for the Waterloo region and a bunch of other stuff. So a lot of these plans may be delayed. So yeah, Kitchener Central Transit Hub, $7 billion. So yeah, they were planning to sink a lot of money into this, so it's kind of crazy. So yeah, the Kitchener Central Transit Hub is going to be the replacement of Kitchener Station, which is right over there. And yeah, the whole plan was to have GO trains, Via trains, GRT buses, and the Ion connect seamlessly. But yeah, this was going to be a massive project. This entire field here was going to be the station building. The old abandoned factory over there, Rumpelfelko, was going to be partially demolished to make way for a bus terminal, and this is still going to be a parking lot. So nothing's really changing for this specific stretch, but yeah. So the problem is the homeless encampment that has been there since 2022. Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. So yeah, like I was saying, the problem is the homeless encampment that showed up in 2022, and since then, the region has been constantly trying to evict them, which is a problem because in the Canadian Charter of Rights, everybody has, I don't know exactly what it says, but it's something about liberty to live or whatever. So yeah, they have the rights to live and live with dignity. So they were recently in court to try to pass a new bylaw to officially kick them out. And Judge Gibson has pretty much told the Waterloo region to go fuck themselves. So yeah, he told the region, you guys are not doing enough. If you kick these guys out, where the hell are they gonna go? And yeah, because the homeless encampment, like I mentioned previously, was supposed to be the staging ground for the track work to help with all-day service, and the staging ground for the demolition of this bad bitch right here, Rumpelfelko, and construction for the new station building. But the judge pretty much said it violates charter rights. But here is the real kicker. The region just can't make a deal with everybody. The actual encampment itself is now protected and cannot be dismantled unless the Waterloo region somehow comes up with a plan to relocate them to a new plot of land. And yeah, that's pretty much the region's final thing they can do. But until they can show the judge that they have a suitable place for them to go, they cannot dismantle the encampment. And they cannot prevent new people from coming to the encampment. So it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the encampment is right over here. Right beside Kitchener Station. If you guys are familiar with my channel, we've walked past this place a bunch. But yeah, she's here to stay. She's here to stay for the long run. Well, technically, there is a way they can bypass the ruling, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. But yeah. Right here is a stretch of land they want to clear out. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'm almost, why can I talk? I'm honestly happy that the judge ruled the way he did, because the region was giving them a shitty deal. I'm glad they can stay. Oh my God, dyslexia, bitch. I'm glad they can stay, but the thing I disagree with though is protecting the encampment itself. Like, I was completely 100% on board to protect the dignity of the people living there, but the actual land itself is now protected. And Doug Ford's pissed. Like, he is really freaking pissed. Here is a clip from his latest press conference.
I was on the phone late last night with the chair of Waterloo, a couple mayors up there, as well as our attorney general. It's the most ridiculous ruling I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, I have a great deal of respect for our judge of Supreme Court, but he comes out with this cockamamie idea that they're going to hold up an encampment, they're going to hold up transit. So for what, 30 people, they're going to hold up millions and millions of riders, communities and everything, saying you can't go in there, you can't touch them.
Kind of crazy, huh? Kind of crazy indeed. But, like I said, there is something they can do, which is pretty much the nuclear option, I would say. If you guys are not familiar with the Canadian Charter of Rights, there is a clause called the Notwithstanding Clause that can override the Charter. So technically, Doug Ford, who has the majority in the Ontario Legislature, is planning to submit a bill that will pass, that will override Judge Gibson's plan to evict them. So yeah, which is setting a dangerous precedent, I think. Just the fact that the will of the judge and the will of the freaking charter itself could be completely told to fuck off, and just, yeah. Like, seriously, Dougie is fucking pissed. Here's a few more clips from his press conference. He literally said he hopes he's able to put a fucking homeless encampment in the judge's backyard. So here is a clip of that.
So guess what, folks? Anyone can show up in your backyard. I wish they'd show up in this judge's backyard and set up camp. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Which is kind of freaking nuts. So yeah, there you go. And here is another clip of Dougie also saying that he wishes he could put 50 fucking homeless encampments in this judge's backyard. So, and this is literally the fucking premiere of Ontario. So here's that clip.
But the judge is saying that we got to hold up projects and everything? I wish I could get that guy's address. I'll send 50 encampments in his backyard and see how he likes it.
Like, he's starting to sound like goddamn Trump almost. It is kind of insane. But yeah, this is a real big deal because the station itself, I think it's several hundred million, but the plan to extend GO train service all through the Kitchener line, that's around 2.5 to 3 billion. So yeah, I get where a lot of people are coming from. Like, how could fucking 35 people block such a massive infrastructure project? But it is pretty crazy, guys. Like, I assumed the judge was going to rule in favor of the region, but this is huge. This is absolutely insane because the region really did their homework with this new bylaw to evict these people, but it wasn't enough. The problem is, yes, the region is planning to give housing to the 35 residents currently there, but everybody else is fucked. That is where the problem is. So that's why the encampment is protected. So like I said, even if they want to make a deal with these people, all 35 of them agree and they vacate the property, they cannot restrict new people from going on it until the region can find a new location to build a new encampment or introduce safe tenting laws within the region. So yeah, this is nuts, guys. This is literally nuts. I'm shocked this actually happened, guys. Like, holy fuck, this is huge. So that means this place will not be demolished for a while. The building may not be constructed for a while. The track work down by 100 Victoria, which is the encampment, will definitely not happen with them on site. And yeah, the current Kitchener station that has really bad freaking spacing issues, like it can't accommodate all the passengers lately, that will also remain open in its current state for a while. So yeah. So the region has the option of finding a new encampment location or convince Dougie to invoke notwithstanding, which I think Dougie's already going to do that himself because this is Metrolinx we're talking about, which is a Crown corporation, and what can I talk? The Ontario government has invested a lot of money into this. So I honestly don't know what to think, guys. On one hand, yeah, I'm happy. These people get to stay there. They get to stay safe. They get to stay warm. Well, not really warm. Well, yesterday, yeah, it was cold as fuck, so stay warm and all that stuff, but yeah. Whew. Well, there's the Via train, guys. That's why we've been waiting here, by the way, because train go chugga chugga choo choo. Okay, let's get behind the gate here. Actually, no, I can actually stand here. It's not gonna crush me. Yep, she's heading down to Kitchener Station now. Which is literally right there, so we'll be stopping momentarily. But yeah. So yeah, that's why we're just standing here, because I like trains. Yep, she's just pulling in there now. So yeah, when the new station is complete, it will stop right by the Ion platform, so it will be seamless. The new connections, all of it, one fare, one thing, between GO and GRT at least. VIA does their own thing, but VIA will also be utilizing the new station. But yeah, this is nuts. I know I keep repeating myself, but shit. This is not the outcome I was expecting. I think the judge went too far, but also he did what he had to do to keep the people safe and sheltered, which is the most important part. Which, honestly, I don't even know. In some ways it sucks. I was excited about this project, but in other ways it's good. So they have 1 month to invoke notwithstanding, because Metrolinx needs to take control of the property by end of June. So I'm assuming that is what they're considering. Or maybe the region will actually be decent and help find them a new encampment spot. But I have a feeling they would rather go the easy nuclear option so they don't have to put work into it. It's not even just the region alone at this point. Like I said, the provincial government has a lot of financial skin in the game as well. So even if the region does try to be good, Dougie could still invoke notwithstanding, even if the region wants to do the right thing. So I know this has been a very political video. I'm sorry, but yeah. So they have about 40 days until Metrolinx will need to take control of the property. So I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Like, I am super curious to see what actually happens. But yeah. And the court of public opinion is also split down the middle. People are like, what the fuck? 35 people can prevent a $2 billion infrastructure project? Some people are like, thank God we're actually protecting our own people for once. I'm somewhere in the middle. I agree. The region should be allowed to disperse the current 35 and disband the encampment. But I know a lot of people are going to say, where will the new people go? But for the greater good. Like, my philosophy was always, let them stay until you find something specific for them, but not keep the entire encampment open indefinitely. But Judge Gibson went too far in the other direction. So, yeah. So here's Rumpelfeldko, guys. I love this place. So when demolition finally starts, who the fuck knows when that's happening now? This portion here with the newer looking red brick will be demolished, and this atrium area will be restored for the new bus terminal. And yeah, hey guys, hey guys. Hey, where you go? Where are you going? Yeah, I don't think these two are happy with me. Mark my words, if they actually clear the encampment, these motherfuckers will come take their place because they love their empty parking lots and shit. But yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, the historic part with the Rumpelfelko limited signage, the old brownish brick will remain. Everything past that, you can see the line exactly. It cuts beautifully in the middle where the newer part starts. So, yeah, bitch. 22 hybrid. No, 24 hybrid, bitch. I thought I saw the little decal thing. God, I'm stupid.
You blew it.
But yeah. Here's a cool picture of what this place used to look like before they extended it back in the day. So, yeah, bitch. But what they were proposing for down here was pretty awesome. One of the most modern GO stations. Mostly indoor boarding. Nice state-of-the-art shelters, all of that. Compared to the outdoor hellscape of the current Kitchener station. Don't get me wrong, I love the outdoor hellscape of the current Kitchener station. I love the current Kitchener station. It's awesome. But yeah. I know a lot of people will probably criticize me for standing up for the homeless people because a lot of people say it's dangerous, they're ruining the city, blah, 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 blah. But the unfortunate reality is my cousin was homeless. She was on some really strong drugs, and unfortunately, she passed away back in 2017 at the age of 28. So, yeah. That's why I have a lot more sympathy than the average Joe, but the fact that moving the current people is not enough, that's where I'm gonna call bullshit, because I think that's the least they could do. Honestly, wish these people the best. Because once the notwithstanding clause gets invoked, they don't even have to worry about moving them somewhere safe or secure. They can just tell them to fuck off and put them back on the streets. So yeah, guys. It's an unfortunate reality, but it is the current reality of the situation. But the fact Dougie said he wanted to put 50 homeless encampments in the judge's backyard, like 50, 5-0. Bro was tried, you can tell. So yeah, that small piece of land is the reason this whole project could go to shit. Really unfortunate, but what can you do about it? But don't get me wrong, why can I talk? Don't get me wrong, but having a seamless connection from the Ion to the GO train will be amazing instead of having to walk all the way down here. But also, this is what I've been doing for years to get on the trains and go see my trains, so Kitchener GO is almost like a second home to me, almost. Okay, maybe that's a tad bit dramatic, but you get the point. I spend a lot of fucking time here. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Next week, we could be talking about how that place is just a fenced off hole being remediated, or indefinite delays. Go bus 30. It'd be a lot easier for all those people just to take GRT. It's cheaper because that's just going to UW station. If it was going the other way, yeah. But who knows? Last time we were here, we got to see Cab Car 251, which was fucking awesome. See what I mean? How this is kind of like an outdated station? All outdoors. Ooh, we did a video here right after a winter storm and it was pretty rough. But yeah, let me check something real quick. Shit, GRT tracking just went down. That blows. Like motherfucker. Yep. If you're familiar with my channel, you definitely know this place. Yeah, definitely know this place. And it looks like we might be stuck with it for a while longer. Really depends. Because they went to court, I think it was like April 16th, 17th, and 20th. The judge took a month to rule on it. And the verdict was handed down 2 days ago on the 21st of May. Kind of crazy. Unfortunate. Crazy, but I don't know what to think about it, guys. Like, I know the good this project will do for the region. It will really help the region. All-day go service. Have I ever told you guys how much I hate this camera? Yeah, I think I might have. I think I might have mentioned it once or twice, but yeah, bitch. So, where were we? Because this stupid thing decided to shut off and it wouldn't turn on for a good 6 minutes. So, bitch. Oh yeah. I think I was discussing about the development and how it would really benefit the region, but yeah, it really would. Like, all-day go service, like every 30 minutes during peak. And I mean, like, actual service. Like, when it gets here, it will go back to Union. It won't just go over to the layover yard and just stay there indefinitely and go to service. But I don't fucking know, honestly. I don't fucking know, guys. But yeah, like I said, I agree with the judge, but I also think he went too far with it. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. He definitely went a bit too far with it by actually protecting the encampment itself, not just the people living there. But we'll see what happens, guys. Like, there's one of two options. Either the region will relocate them to a new encampment, or Dougie will invoke notwithstanding, or this whole thing will go into legal limbo and this project will be indefinitely delayed. I'm assuming it would be the former. I don't think they would allow it to happen, but who really knows? Who really knows, guys? Yeah, I know this is not one of my normal videos. I usually don't get this deep into politics, but this is one of the first times politics has really affected my day-to-day. So, Yeah. Usually nothing exciting happens in this region, so when something does, I definitely want to talk about it. But, yeah. Let's head back to Central Station now. Yep, the plan is to turn it into a staging ground, and right after that, turn it into a parking lot. And apparently a part of the plan is sending 50 encampments to the judge's backyard. I seriously can't get over that. That's fucking funny. The fact that the Premier of Ontario himself said that, like, what the actual fuck? That is kinda insane. Not kinda insane, like totally 100% insane. That sounds like something his brother, Rob Ford, would have said. May he rest in peace. Rob was one of the greatest mayors Toronto ever had, even though he kind of smoked crack in office. But that is a political rabbit hole we are not going down today. Yeah, that's why I showed you those clips, because you kind of need to see it to believe it. But, yubbage. Can you be patient? Something smells like Burger King. Like literally that exact smell of fucking Burger King. Like when you walk into the restaurant. Like what the hell is that? But, yeah. Great, now I want a Whopper. Andrew, you don't need a Whopper. You had that weird chicken nugget meal the other day. The sauce is literally purple.
The sauce is literally purple.
Yeah, that's never gonna get old. Until it does get old. It's never gonna get old until it does get old. That's the story of every fucking meme, I think. Other than 6-7, that one got old immediately. It was never fucking funny. It was never freaking funny. Come on, let me cross. Oh my god. All this shit's making me so hungry. Yes, bucket. Guys, I want to put all that meat in my mouth. Come on, we need to lighten up the mood a bit. This video got pretty deep. Like, really freaking deep compared to my normal fuckery. Seriously, when was the last time we ever had a fucking video dedicated to civil rights on Ontarian Empire? I don't think, like, ever. Whew. So yeah, here is a proposed schematic of what Kitchener Central is supposed to look like once it officially opens. It is pretty cool. The glass structure and everything. I like it. Don't get me wrong. It looks tacky as fuck, but I like it. But depending what happens in the next few weeks, this could still be an empty field for another few years. Pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy indeed. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for today's video. So if you like what you saw, please consider joining the Empire by liking and subscribing. If you absolutely fucking hated it, there's a button down there for you too. And my friends, like always, live life to the absolute fullest. And goodbye, you glorious motherfuckers.